She's on the inside, she got the scoop on the ones to watch, on the ones that's hot. No one can do it quite like Caroline.
Okay, I'm here with Native Run.
Yes!
Which is made up of, introduce yourselves, please.
Hello, I'm Rachel Beauregard.
Beauregard, so you have to say it's Beauregard. It's very fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy. You don't even have to say the R's. You can say Beauregard.
Beauregard.
I'm Rachel Beauregard.
Yes.
And I am Brian Dolly, which is not as fancy.
Dolly. It sounds Dolly.
Her,
Like
yeah,
darling.
her name
Dolly.
just sounds like it has doilies on it or something. You know?
But yours has dollies on it.
I'm holding it down with Dolly over here.
Hold it down with Dolly. Okay, since I have this duo here, and you guys are together, but not romantically.
No.
Correct.
But you have been together as a duo longer than you probably have been with your own spouses, right?
Very true.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's a very interesting dynamic, and so I want to ask you guys a few questions about each other.
Sure.
Yes.
So, Rachel, would you like to answer what you think Brian would say?
Yes.
Okay. His celebrity crush.
How about, I think we've even talked about this.
I hope.
I mean, this is a
We've
very
put a
important
lot of time in
topic.
here.
This had to have come up.
And not just because her name is Rachel, but I want to say Rachel McAdams, but I'm not sure that that's your
Oh,
number
I
one
like.
right
She's a
now.
good one.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like maybe
She's
once
in the
upon a-
mix,
She's in
probably.
there.
But
in
she's
the
not
top
number one?
5.
You know, I'm a big Bryce Dallas Howard fan.
Who?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Is Bryce
Wait.
Dallas Howard?
Yeah.
Is that Howard's
She's
daughter?
a redhead.
You like them gingers, huh?
There's just something about it. It's just interesting to me.
Okay, a little
you know?
fiery.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
She
gotta
was
look-
in that show from Black Mirror.
She
was in
was.
that
Oh,
first
Black
episode.
Mirror is a crazy show.
She's
insane.
also in The Village, which is an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and she was in the newest Jurassic Park movie.
Okay.
Look at me just rocking her IMDb.
That's
my girl, though.
What up, Bryce?
Bryce Dallas.
Okay, who is Rachel's celebrity crush?
This one I know
You know
for
this,
sure.
'cause I
Benedict
talked.
Cumberbatch.
Who?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
What? Who are these people?
Oh my gosh! Watch a movie.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch is in the Sherlock Holmes series that BBC puts on.
Okay.
He was also just in Doctor Who?
No.
No.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
I feel like you're
Which I
speaking a foreign language.
Sorry.
Oh, we're like so.
I need to watch more movies.
Yes. Well,
Can we
this
start over and be cooler? Is that right?
Benedict Cumberbatch is also. He's in Doctor Strange. That's what it was. And I actually saw the movie. Clearly, I didn't care much about the movie itself. I just wanted to watch. Really, he's just an incredible actor.
Okay.
And I kind of fell in love with his acting, and
Okay.
then therefore him.
Okay.
So I was, yeah, he's really good. And actually, in a weird way, my husband reminds me of Benedict Cumberbatch. Or
Is he
Benedict
super
Cumberbatch.
tall?
Yes.
Because your husband is like 6'6".
He's very tall.
Or 7?
No, he's 6'4.5". I give him that half.
No way.
Yeah, but
I
he-
thought he was like 6'6".
When he walks in a room,
He is a
takes up
tall drink of
space.
water.
Yeah, he is.
He
I'm
does
like,
take up
sip,
space.
Sip, sip.
Which you teach hot yoga, which I take your class, and it is great to take up space.
Ugh.
You should own your space.
I say take up more space. Spread your fingers out.
Can we
Space,
start with our
space.
meditation? What did,
yeah.
excuse me. What did we do this morning when we got here? Will you lead us in meditation,
I
Rachel?
will. So every morning, 2 minutes of silence, and you open your palms, and then you also open your fingers. And this allows whatever you want to receive to land in your palms, and if it needs to fall through the fingers, you let it fall through the fingers.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to hold too tightly
You
to
don't wanna
things
hold
that
too tight.
shouldn't be for us, right?
Someone once said, hold on loosely, don't let it go. So that's kind of my mantra.
Did you come up with the fall through the fingers if they need to?
I don't think I did, but I can't give you a source for that. I just remember thinking at one point, like,
That sounds like proverbial
it's,
speak.
I think I probably read it somewhere in maybe I read it from like a Thich Nhat Hanh, like meditation book or something.
Okay.
But it was just the idea of like, you want to have your palms open, the exchange of letting go what you need to and receiving what you need.
Love that.
Yeah. And then you just focus on your breathing and then it helps you deal with Nashville traffic.
It really, I think meditating and yoga is if everyone, especially in our country, in the crazy place that we're all in these days with our country, which is still the best place to live in the world, wonderful place. But if everyone just took a little time to connect with their soul every day and not stay so rushed and frantic, don't you think that would remedy so much?
Everything. And
Everything.
I love seeing, so my friends that have kids too, I love my friends that are getting their kids into that. And even not, meditation, sometimes even that word can be misconstrued and people assume that meditation is like aligned with it's Eastern or it's something foreign, but meditation really is just the idea of finding stillness.
So what does that mean? Because everyone's like, you need to meditate, but what are you supposed to do? Because everyone's like, well, it's just quiet and my thoughts are racing. And are you just supposed to get to that stillest place so new thoughts can come in, or what is it?
I think it's different for everybody. When I started meditating, I would make a journal, and for the first 4 pages, it just said the F word over and over again.
Tell me why.
Because I was terrible at meditating. Because I would sit in my room and I'd be like, okay, light candles, pillows, smells. And I would sit and be quiet, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, how long has it been? Has it been 10 minutes? And it's been 30 seconds. And I'm like, no, because I'm so used to going, waking up. And Brian knows this about me too. I'm very type A. We're from the DC area. It's everything is go. If you're not moving, you're going backwards.
And do you feel like you need to be moving quickly, or else, yes, you feel that pressure to keep moving. Yeah.
Right. And then, but if you do that without coming from a place of confidence, stability, self-awareness, you could be going really fast in the wrong direction.
And you won't even know.
No, won't even know, hit a wall, get super frustrated, have a breakdown.
So how can meditating let you know if you're going in the right direction?
I think what it does is it just allows you to have time to respond instead of just reacting. It gives you time to sit with something.
Intentionally.
Intentionally. Also the breath. It allows you to breathe. We are kind of a generation of shallow breathing. And sometimes I tell people, when's the last time you just went like this?
That changes everything. If you can just even do that in the middle of stress, all of a sudden you're just like, See, we're going to do a yoga class right here. You didn't know this,
we're doing it. I tell
Let's do
people,
it.
3 breaths. If you're in the middle of a high-pressure situation, I tell people, stop for 3 breaths. And not just, but 3 full breaths in and full breaths out. And it just gives you that time. Also, oxygen to the brain.
Yes.
And that allows you to think more clearly.
Yes.
So this isn't just some metaphysical whatever. It's a real physical action that's going on in your body. Infuse the body with more oxygen. Give your brain time to sit with something instead of just reacting immediately. The idea of fight or flight is innate in humans, and we almost have to combat the fight or flight in a scenario that doesn't require you to fight or run away.
Because we're not surviving right now.
We're not surviving. We're not running from lions.
Yeah, that's right.
Not right
Figuratively.
now. Figuratively.
Figuratively, lions, we might be.
Right, maybe. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. But I think just the idea that we, and where we live in our culture, we are allowed to slow down.
Right.
And that we have to fight the fight or flight.
Now, do you subscribe to the yoga mentality?
I do. I have not been the greatest at making it a practice in my life, but there have been times where I've come frequently and done the yoga thing, and I love it. My favorite exercise is swimming. I grew up swimming and on swim team and stuff like that. It's
kind of the same thing, though, losing yourself in a movement so your mind can focus on the movement and not focus on all the distractions of your life.
Right.
And
in a way.
the thing I love about swimming too is I'm not a big weight lifter, power workout kind of guy. So swimming is super low impact and it's really good on your joints and stuff. So that's definitely my favorite.
Look at you guys just doing good for yourselves.
I know. Well, we've done a lot of bad for ourselves.
Such as?
Mom, are you there?
Hello, Mom? Mom,
Well-
are you driving your Mary Kay Mercedes?
Yeah, right. Are you in your Escalade right now?
Because she's gotten 16 of them, which is another
I raised my girl better than that. Yeah.
fun fact. Your mom's
fun
a Mary Kay, rock star.
She's a guru. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on her 18th pink Cadillac.
That's a huge accomplishment. I don't think I've ever known anyone in real life to do that.
Well, she's the only person I know. And growing up in that environment of she is a very I wasn't allowed to say don't when I was little, I can't, things
Heck
like
yes.
that. It was very positive
Go,
reinforcement
Mom.
mixed in with discipline. I was disciplined, but she was very much, if I was I can't do that, she's and I'd be yes, I can. Here I go. She was my Yoda. Do or do not, there is no try.
What a great setup for life.
I know. It was awesome. She's also got plenty of quips such as, I'm too blessed to be stressed.
Yes.
Too anointed to be disappointed.
Yes, Mom.
What you think about, you bring about.
Amen.
Which
Okay.
is less of a rhyme than the other two.
Right.
What you think about, you bring
About. It's double about. We get it.
But the other two are so good. You just,
Okay, so mom is like super positive. So if she's listening, we know it's fine. But what are
Yes.
some of the bad things that you've come through?
Well, we can go back. So I mean, probably just drinking way too much.
Yeah, that kind of
And
comes with this
it
business
comes with the
sometimes,
biz.
right?
does.
Yeah.
Why does the drinking come with this business so much?
Because it's fun.
Because there's always a party, there's always something to do. Like,
Yeah.
is that what it is?
I think so.
There's always an event.
Yep,
Always an event.
For sure.
It's like happy hour all the time. Like right now. Does anyone have a beer?
I'd
No?
take a mimosa.
10
I
a.m.?
wouldn't turn it down. I mean, I'd raise a glass to that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love morning drinks. Like we had juice. It's a morning cocktail.
Uh-huh.
But I would say just drinking would probably be like our number one thing. And especially we're both in our 30s now. Well, just recently turned 30, Brian. And I think that you have to start being aware that your body changes as you get older. And I don't want that to be true. So, for example, this year we're in New York City. We're playing a show, and then afterwards going out. My brother lives there, so we're going out, and I'm like just throwing them back, like just not taking good care. And then the next day we're in the car, and that's when the notorious throw up on the handkerchief happened.
Okay, so it's all coming together.
Yeah. So I think we were driving on like 95 or something up in New York. And Rachel just gets really quiet at some point.
Which is rare.
Yeah, which I was
He
like,
knows there's a
I'm not
problem.
used to this. What is going on?
Brian.
And at some point she turns to me and she's like pretty pale and she was like, I need you to pull over. I was like, all right, like right now? She's like,
And I went,
But then she just went ahead and gifted you this.
I give
Throw
that.
up.
yeah. Well, I like to wear bandanas as a
Oh,
as a
so you kind of
fashion
took it off and
choice.
gave it to her?
Well, no, it was just on the floorboard of the car,
Yeah.
and she was like,
And I
"Oh,
went-
bullseye."
So,
Threw up
you
right
know,
on
hey,
it.
you got to have a target.
Yeah.
It was my target. I
Yeah.
was like, it's this or the car. And I ended up I had to get the car detailed either way. But
You know, it's like that. You got to do that in your 20s, early 30s, right?
I'm
Yeah.
still doing it twice this
Yeah.
year. I'm like, what is going on, Rachel? But that's probably it for me because it is fun and we do like we love what we do. And when you love what you do, every night is a party.
I totally hear you.
You know, and so you're like, let's go out, let's celebrate, and we love drinking to celebrate things.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's a quirk that each one of you guys has? What would you say a secret quirk that Brian has that no one would know?
A secret quirk. Gosh, I would say it used to be like your hair, like your hair process, but now you wear hats all the
I
time.
do. Yeah, I've sort of changed.
It's a legit
Yeah.
process as a dude with like a hair that you have to style.
Oh man,
There's like steps involved.
Yeah.
he
Oh,
got
yeah.
it down to about a 5-minute process, but
Okay.
For a while, there was like a flat iron involved.
Got to.
and, you know,
I mean, people
when
used
you
to
got
say.
kinks in your hair, you just got to get them out.
And when
know?
you gotta look good for your job, I mean, sometimes you gotta
Exactly.
bust out the flat iron as a
it's true.
dude.
I would go to his hotel room and be like, "Can I borrow your flat iron? I forgot mine. Can I borrow your hairspray?"
Yeah.
But I would say, and this is a really positive quirk, Brian operates unbelievably well under pressure.
Do you get calm under pressure?
Yeah, I think a combination of calm and just
Competitive.
Competitive, yeah.
Where did you get that instinct from?
I think just playing sports growing up. I played baseball all the way through high school, and it sort of changed from being about actual sports to like bar games.
Okay, but you took that mentality with
I
you.
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything that going back to, the alcohol thing, anything that causes you to have a drink in your hand while you're playing the game,
Winning.
I'm just getting W's all day long.
Yeah, he is. But my favorite
Yeah.
version of that was we were in South Carolina on radio tour, and we were playing darts, and he goes, "Rachel, if I make this bullseye, you have to go by a different name on our radio visits tomorrow." And
Okay.
I went, "Done." And he looked at me and he was like, "Bullseye."
Nailed it?
Nailed
So what
it.
name did you go by?
Betty Butthole.
Betty Butthole?
Yeah.
You introduced yourself to the radio station as Betty Butthole.
She had to.
I did.
What? Okay, so
had
that
to.
brings me to what is radio tour like? And also we got to know Rachel's secret quirk really
Oh,
fast.
yeah, my
And then we're
quirk.
talking
Your
about radio.
secret quirk.
So many, they're not probably secret.
What's a
yes.
lesser known quirk of Rachel's?
Gosh. lesser known Rachel quirk?
I would venture to say it's when I just start talking without knowing what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Oh, you just start running the mouth, but you don't know where it's going?
Yeah, so Rachel does this thing every once in a while where she's like,
Will you do it now?
I'll be like, yeah, I mean, it's like.
that's it. It's like signifier that nothing
You don't know where
is
you're
coming.
going at
I don't
all?
know
Yeah.
where I'm going. And
Why did you decide to speak, I wonder?
I think I think it's like I think it's from like maybe growing up with boys and being the only girl.
You just
and
had to get
feeling
it in
like
there.
I need to say something.
You just gotta slide it in there.
I'm here
Yeah.
too. I don't.
But I don't
throw
know
a
what I'm
fast
saying
pitch,
yet, but
I'm
I'm
here.
claiming my space.
I'm claiming here, and I'm like,
I'm
listen.
here and I've got something to say, and
Yeah.
I'll let you
It's
know
coming to me.
when
yeah.
it happens.
I'm formulating
It
it,
is.
but
Yeah.
I'm holding my place.
And I think maybe that made me like good
Okay.
at like improv or acting or something when I was little, because I'd be like, yeah, it's like when you open the milk and your brother steals it from you, and then you get so mad, and so then you pour it on his head, and then I'll just
So
go
you just
into the
started,
story.
that's creativity right there. Like
Yeah.
you're just creating plays in your head.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
creative, yeah. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes,
But the
Brian-
most fun about it is that Dean, her husband, now is like
He's
able to
perfect.
catch it too
He
when it's
knows.
happening. So like
Did
we
you-
always make eye contact.
Did you have to give Dean a playbook, like a rundown of what it's like to be married to Rachel? Because Dean is a musician himself. He was in an amazing band called Eden's Edge, and now he sometimes plays with you guys, does other music stuff. But you knew he was the one for Rachel before she did.
I did.
Did you have to give him a play-by-play of how to date Rachel?
I didn't think that would be fair.
He's gonna crash course it.
No, Rachel's so great and so amazing.
Go
and
on.
I think
Go on.
there are very few things about her that he would need to be warned
Oh,
about. You know?
okay. So now, why did you guys never date? Because y'all are from the same hometown, or did you?
Well,
Did y'all make out?
We did?
Do your spouses know?
Yeah.
Are they
do?
worried about this?
No.
and that's why they married us. Because when you're in a band
Did
together,
y'all used to date exclusively?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all started this. Oh my God, y'all are like Gwen Stefani and the drummer that she was married to.
Exactly,
Oh, yeah.
and then we wrote the song "Don't Speak," and know just what you're saying.
So
We
you
gave it to
guys
them.
y'all are from the same hometown.
Yeah,
And y'all were boyfriend girlfriend and formed a duo.
we actually.
Details.
I know.
Talk about
so
love.
here's
Dish
the details.
it.
Dish it out, y'all.
We used to tell people all kinds of things, but we met at a local like mega church in the DC area. We were
Okay.
both on the worship team. And then we had mutual friends in college, and then so we started dating like basically as soon as we met. I was like, he's a dude that loves Jesus and he dresses himself very well. We're going to give this a whirl. He's great at music.
How old were y'all when this happened?
Early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 years ago? No.
22.
I don't know about you. I think so. I think I was 20.
22.
I think I was 23 and he was 22.
Okay.
And
Just cradle Robin.
Hey, I hear ya. My husband's 4 years younger than me.
right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My mom's
I call myself
married
a
to someone
Puma.
4 years younger.
Not a cougar.
Yeah.
Cougar's 10 years or more.
Right.
Yeah.
Puma's 5 years.
Right.
Puma?
Puma. It's like
I
a baby
love that.
cougar.
I love that. A Puma.
Yeah.
So cute.
Thanks.
So yeah, we did, and we actually started as a trio with another songwriter in the Virginia area.
Okay.
We formed out of this venue called Jam and Java,
Okay.
which is in Vienna, and we started playing music and writing a lot, and we were just like having a blast. And then I think Brian and I at some point just kind of realized we're like Jerry and Elaine from Seinfeld. Whereas we are so similar, and like we do finish each other's sentences, and we're like our temperaments are so similar in certain ways that it was kind of like dating yourself.
Okay.
And then that just drove us crazy.
So here's my question. You're in this band. You're now like making music together. You're kind of committed on a business level.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you break up and keep it amicable?
Well, I think the thing that was great for us, like we kind of sat down and had the talk, and we
Was
were
it a
just
mutual
like,
decision, or was
The talk.
we're reliving the breakup, guys? We're going there.
I know. Well, we forayed into this decision together, I will say. I feel like we were both kind of, like you reach a point where you're just like, something's not right.
Uh-huh.
But we loved our music and we loved what we did in our business. And so I think the conversation started and then it just kind of became a mutual decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did y'all move to Nashville? When did y'all ditch the third girl? Or did
Oh.
she drop out?
It was a dude.
Oh, the dude.
And here's the thing, he is so talented and so great, but what he does musically was so different than what we do.
It just finally.
It finally just parted ways. We ended up getting offered a publishing deal in Nashville, and so we were planning our move. And this band member had 4 kids and
Wasn't ready to move.
He wasn't going to move, and we tried doing like
ran
the
its
Skype
course.
rights. It ran its course.
Okay.
And that was about after a year and a half of being what
How
we
did y'all
were.
get offered a record deal in Nashville when you guys were living in the DC area?
Well,
I mean, publishing deal. 'Cause
Yeah.
then that leads to a record deal, a
Right.
10-piece label.
Yep.
And then it leads to a radio tour, which I'd
Yep.
like to get back to.
Yeah. Yes.
That's where we're headed with this. Okay?
great. I
Great.
see.
I
I
love
see
that.
the path.
I know. I'm like,
Okay, great. So just drive me down the road.
So here we go.
Okay.
Hop in.
Vroom, vroom.
Second gear,
Who's driving?
third
I'm in the
gear.
back seat.
Rachel's throwing up in the passenger seat,
Okay, you're
so
driving.
I'm gonna drive.
Okay, I'm the kid in
Right,
the back.
you're the kid in the
Fill
back.
me in, Dad.
All right.
I'm hungover in the front.
Okay, great.
So at the time we were living in Virginia, but we had started to make trips down to Nashville.
Okay.
And we started coming down here through BMI Connection, which is the performing rights organization that we belong to.
And they're the ones that pay you for songs that get played. Like that's how
Yes.
people
Yep.
get paid.
Yep.
They give you the dollars.
Exactly.
Amen, BMI.
So we
Love
came
you.
down and we met with a woman named Beth Laird, and she had just become a fan of what we were doing, and we loved her to death. And at some point, she said she was going to be leaving BMI and starting a publishing company with her husband called Creative Nation.
Oh, and who is her husband?
Luke
Mr.
Laird.
No big
Luke
deal.
Laird,
Yeah.
Grammy producer, and like I think he's
like-
had like 24 number ones.
Yeah,
or
like one of the
something
best
crazy.
songwriters in town.
Yep.
He's also one of the best dudes in town.
Yeah.
You can't say that about everybody.
Yeah, he's great. And
just-
she's great. They're
Yep.
great.
They are great.
They're a
they
power
are
couple.
inspo.
Power couple.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had begun to make trips down, and they were starting this company, and basically said, we're looking to sign like our first artist to a songwriting deal.
we were like, go on.
Go on. We're
yeah.
available.
Yeah.
And at the time,
just turn it again.
okay.
It's just twisting.
Oh my
It's just
goodness.
getting good. I don't want the bandana to hit the microphone. Okay.
little
Yeah, and so
floppy
at the
piece.
time, we were still living in Virginia, and we were like, there's really nothing making us stay in Virginia, so let's sign this
Let's
publishing
go.
deal and
Let's
go.
go.
Let's take an adventure.
Yeah.
Also, like when someone says, we would like for you to do music full time, you're like,
Okay.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Exactly.
We moved almost exactly 5 years ago, July 4th and July 5th. I was like, Independence Day.
Yes.
So yeah, and that was, we worked with them for 4 years up until last October, and just, they were incredible, helped develop us and kind of understand who we were, and took us through the process
Lairds
of,
did.
the Lairds did, yeah.
And Luke produced you guys, right?
Luke produced our, yep, he did. He produced our first EP that we released under Show Dog Universal, which
And y'all-
was where we signed.
And then y'all went on a radio tour. Your first single was called
Good on
Good
you.
on you.
Good on You. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was about looking good on somebody, you know?
So tell me about that.
it was
How
good real
did
quick.
so did Luke and Beth help you get that record deal?
They did.
Yeah.
They were our acting managers at the time, so they took us around, and we would do showcases and just tried, creating this buzz. And then we met with Mark Wright, who was at the time the president of Show Dog,
Okay.
and he was just like so great and enamored, and was like, "I'll send you guys on radio tour immediately. You're ready to go. I love what you're doing." And he did, and that was great, because anytime as an artist you hear like, "Hey, you don't have to wait for 2 years before we send your single out."
So that's another thing, because if you sign to a label, sometimes you're like, yes, I got this record deal, but then you're like, oh gosh, I gotta wait 2 years before I can get a song out because there's so many other artists in front of me.
Right.
Because there's one staff usually working all of the artists on the roster, and you have to get in line.
If
Yeah.
you're in line.
So they were ready just to
they were
send
like,
you out.
bump us
Yeah.
up.
So you're
And
like, okay, here we go.
We did, and so I think radio tour, as it is for most artists, was a very rude awakening.
So what happened in Radio Tour? What is Radio Tour like?
So Radio Tour is a series of incredibly early mornings and incredibly late nights.
Lots of food and drinking.
Not
Traveling all the time,
Yeah.
all
All
over
the
the
time.
country, because you have to go to every single radio station across the country,
Correct.
the
Yep.
major ones at least.
To go. Yep.
Yeah,
I
we
think
probably
they're-
visited 150 stations.
But isn't it cool to see the world, like not the world, it is, you can take it farther, but like to see the country
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you literally see it all.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
And
a
you're
whirlwind,
like-
but like, whoa, I just saw every single state.
Right.
It was very cool.
Even
Yeah, and
like-
there were a
wow,
couple
yeah.
times where I think we were up in the Northwest, and I think we had like 3 flights in one day.
Yeah.
And so it's very like jet setty, and you know, it's a ton of traveling and
Yes.
and a ton of being
TSA
on all
lines.
the time.
You can,
you know?
Do you feel like you almost just learn how to be on as like your personality type? After doing a radio
Yeah.
tour and so much of that performing on a regular basis, it's almost like you just train yourself how to never turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, because you
Yeah.
have to be on. You can't go in there and be in a bad, grumpy mood.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you
I-
got to win everyone over.
I wish I would have had a meditation practice back then.
Right?
Even because when your alarm goes off at 3:30 in the morning, 4 days in a row, you have to constantly come back to your why, what you're doing it for, because you literally can start to go like a little loopy.
Absolutely.
Because your body's just like running on adrenaline. And you know, the other thing is you're meeting fans, which is the coolest thing in the world. Like you're playing in these rooms of people in, you know, outside of Seattle, Washington, where you've never been in your entire life.
Yes.
And you just meet this whole group of people and, you know, become friends and
connect
fans
and
and
realize
connect
that
and-
they love your music.
Yeah.
And okay, so tell me that, because you guys have been on a journey. So obviously you put a single out, you go with Show Dog. Did you guys ultimately part ways with Show Dog?
we
We
did.
did, yeah.
So how is that experience going from having a single on a radio, feeling this huge adrenaline rush, to then not being with your record label anymore? What is your why?
Yeah.
Like, as you said, like how do you describe that whole transition and process?
Yeah.
So good.
Well, I think it was equal parts timely and difficult. You know, I think at the time we were in a situation where we had been on radio tour and our single was added at like 60 different stations.
That's awesome. That's like almost half of the radio panel.
Yeah,
It was
it was
great.
really encouraging and.
So y'all came in with a great response. You're feeling awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Big tours. We went out and
Sam Hunt?
yeah, we
Yeah.
were on his Lipstick Graffiti tour,
When
which
he was blowing up.
Oh yeah. It was kind of his first headlining tour, but it sold out in like record time.
Yes.
Every single, you know, it was a 2.5 month tour. Every venue was sold out.
So y'all are touring in clubs that are just like packed with energy.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are feeling it. It's an
Yeah.
exciting
Yeah.
moment.
And it was unfortunate because at that time, Show Dog was kind of waning.
Okay.
And so they ended up ultimately folding into Universal, which was great for them because that was just their next part of their evolution. But for us, it was like, we're coming off of this amazing tour.
Your single's doing
Our
great.
single's doing great. And then it just kind of fizzled. And our management was really great. And they kind of saw it happening and they got us out of the deal.
So how do you deal with those emotions? Because it's such an extreme high to such a kind of a
Therapy?
extreme low, right?
Yeah.
What, do you think though? This is a loaded question because I'm assuming. Do you learn so much in that kind of high to low experience, and what is it? What's the point of that? Why do we have to go through those in life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. We responded differently, and it was really challenging on our
So
relationship.
how did y'all respond?
We went to therapy.
To get couples therapy?
Yeah. Like
Nice.
literally went. We went one time for 2.5 hours, and it was like I feel like we left like different people.
So what did you talk about, and what did you learn in that session?
Well, I think
50 Post-it notes.
yeah, a lot of
We
Post-it
used
notes.
so many Post-it notes.
Basically, I think what we learned, which we hadn't had to learn at the time, was how each of us deal with stress or deal with disappointment, and what we expect of each other in that
Yeah.
Okay.
stuff, you know?
Because y'all are speaking a different language when you're
Oh,
dealing
yeah.
with your stress.
Yeah. It's
It
like
actually prepared
Mandarin
us for
and like
marriage so
Greek
well.
over here, you know?
Okay.
So we had to really figure out, you know, I think the big takeaway for me in that time was like, you know, in times of stress where you're supposed to be linked arms with somebody, you make up things that they're
Doing wrong.
doing wrong.
It's easy
or,
to want to kind of blame.
Yeah. So
Or
like
we think
one
they're
of
doing
the
it intentionally.
Yes.
one of the ways we talked about it
Assuming
all
the
was like,
worst,
Assuming the
really.
worst. Yep.
because I feel so stranded right now, I make up that you're pulling away from me because you're stressed out too, and like dealing with more stress is difficult.
Yeah.
So
The fact that you guys went together and went to therapy to better yourself in a time of stress, I swear, if you guys could just be our president and teach people how to deal with situations that aren't how you envision, and like
Yeah.
learn how to find the good in them.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lesson to be learned everywhere.
Well,
Sure.
there is. And also knowing and noticing that because everybody is so different and comes from such different places. For us, this has been our dream since, we started this project 7 years ago, probably more now, and we were like, we love this music so much and we love each other so much, but we have to get out of this circumstance in order to see that again. But
So did y'all have a breakthrough?
We did. Yeah, and I think the breakthrough was through this therapy session, just like realizing like Brian is not doing anything intentionally to try to hurt me. Rachel is not doing anything to intentionally try to hurt Brian. This is a really shitty situation.
Yeah.
And we have to come back to why we're doing it.
So what was your why? What did you come back to?
We don't want to do anything else. That was
And
really
you guys
it.
like making music together.
And we also value each other, not only our musical gifts, but like who we are as people.
Yeah.
And like what we each bring to the table, and that's why we're in a duo. That's why we're not doing.
So that's how,
independent things.
because a lot of times bands break up when you lose a record deal or things fall apart. So that actually kept y'all closer together.
Yeah.
Musically.
It did.
It
it
took a
made
while
like
for us
link
to
arms.
figure that out.
Yeah, it
that
did.
we were supposed to be galvanizing rather than like breaking apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that we realized through this all is like, music is important, but it's at the end of the day, music is just music.
Yeah.
And the thing that was really more important to us is to like have each other in our lives and keep this friendship that's been going on for almost 8 years
That's awesome.
pumping.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what's next. Now that you guys have gone through so many experiences, honestly, from like dating, same hometown, getting a publishing deal, moving here, getting a record deal, doing a radio tour. Now you're both married.
Yeah.
You have a child on the way. Like,
do.
go to therapy. Like all of these massive things you
Yeah.
guys have gone through.
Yeah.
And stayed true to yourselves and together. So now what happens? Like, what's on the horizon?
You just nailed it. It's about staying true to yourself. And it's really, really easy in a town of very intelligent, experienced music business people to lose yourself.
Right?
To be told
Is it
this
the
is what you should
comparison
be.
game? Do you feel like you got to chase something?
You feel like that because in this business, we're all trying to get through this bottleneck.
Mm-hmm.
And the closer you get to breaking through, the more you feel panicked.
Why
And
is that?
I think it's just the idea of making the wrong decision and losing it. But what happens is
So you start worrying about losing it the closer you get to getting it.
So
Interesting.
you'll do what it takes, or you'll become who you think you need to become.
Whereas you trusted yourself up until you got to that point because no one was there to tell you what
and
to
that's
do.
what got us to that point.
And then all of a sudden you get to this point, you're like, you hand it over to someone else to tell you what to do. Isn't that interesting?
It's so
It is.
crazy. And
Why
we met
is
with
that? Yeah.
Jody Williams, who is the head of BMI in Nashville. And that meeting with him, after we went through our therapy and kind of got back to being like, we love making music, we love each other, this is something we want to keep doing. Whether we end up on a label again or not, we know that we want to keep doing this. We went to Jody, who's like our godfather, and talked to him about it and just played him some new music. And he said, you guys, when you came to town, there was like a bigger buzz than there normally is when someone comes to town. And he goes, why? Who were you guys then? What were you guys doing then that was authentic Rachel and
Give
Brian?
me full body chills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did too.
And
we
like
were
it's so easy to
bing.
lose that because
So
all of a sudden
easy.
you get wrapped up in this business and everyone tells you how you're supposed to be and
Yeah.
and it's like, no, I already know what I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
I know it.
Right.
That's why you've gotten this far.
Right.
I think it's so easy to lose though because we talked about sort of the competitive spirit in me, and I think a lot of songwriters and artists have that thing. So when you move to town and you know that the people that live next door to you are amazing songwriters and probably writing better stuff
Then
than
you
you
can
could
be
ever
like, "Oh."
dream of, you're trying to impress everybody.
But really, no one is even caring about. The thing I realized is no one's even really thinking about anyone else.
Right.
So you think everyone's like, oh my gosh, they're thinking I'm not doing as good, but no one's even really thinking about you.
Right.
Because they're only thinking about themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, I'm thinking about my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think after that too, we just we decided to start writing songs that we just loved. We weren't aiming for anything. We weren't, and to be honest, they turned out to be like more mid-tempo, a little sadder. And it's because it was authentic coming from where we were out of this time. And I remember I told you the other day, they're like weirder. And it's not that
I love that.
It's not that they're just like weird. It's just that they're not what you would think to be down the middle, country duo, whatever. So we just enjoyed that, and we have fallen in love with this music because we feel connected to it.
So where are you just going to let the music lead, or what is your plan with these next batch of songs?
Well, we're gonna probably in September, October put out the first song out of this new batch.
Do we have a title that we can share?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's called "Sleeping in the Bed I Made."
Okay.
And we're actually getting together with a buddy of ours tonight who's going to be shooting a music video for it. So we're really excited about this music and just kind of figuring out the plan as we speak right now, and
I love it.
just going to put it out there and, sans label.
Yeah.
And
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, because the other thing that we've been talking about a lot lately, and this may be interesting to your listenership, a lot of Nashville's mentality is like this wait around for someone to tell you it's time.
Yes, you're waiting for someone else to tell you that your talent is ready to be
Yeah.
heard.
Right. Or
Yeah.
like, you don't have the song yet, you don't have the song yet, you don't have the song yet. And it's like, that's so unfair, because there is an entire group of people around the country that would definitely connect with that music, and you're withholding that from them.
Because they're like, if it can't be on this level, which is single radio level,
Right.
then it's not worth putting out. But that's just not true. Now with so many outlets to hear music,
Right.
Yeah.
there's so many people, like you're saying, that would love to hear
that want to
this.
hear it, that will connect with a song like "Sleeping in the Bed I Made," that it's about a really devastating breakup, and it's based on a true story, not ours, but it's just, there are so many people that want to connect to music, whether or not they hear it on
And they want to
radio
connect
or
to
not.
real music.
Real music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are being vulnerable enough to put out songs that really mean something to you. And I
Yeah.
think if it means something to you, it's going to mean something to someone else. That's
Right.
what I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So we just decided, we sat down one day with a guy named Chris Allen at 1RPM, which is a distribution company that have offices in South America and all over the United States as well. And he said, let's put something out. Like, let's get something ready, and we want to put it out. And so we're going to put it out through them. And yeah, we're just excited to see what happens.
I
And
love it.
Yeah. Yay.
Okay, I want to wrap up with a couple questions, 2 more questions, and then you're going to play us a couple acoustic songs.
Sure.
What is the point of life? Oh, I have to ask you guys because y'all are
Yeah.
so deep and
That's
aware.
big. That's big.
We get deep. We definitely get deep.
Uh-huh.
I think the point
Yeah.
of
Woo.
life for me, not to sort of break it down into something small, but the point of life is getting to do the things you love with the people you love, and
I love that.
we've been fortunate to do just that, to play our music and get to be friends and put that first in our lives, and since meeting our spouses, we've gotten to link arms with other people that we love, and our life is all the better for it. And
Yeah.
I love that.
yeah.
And
Your turn,
I'll,
kiddo.
I'll piggyback on that, but I don't even know who said this quote. Maybe you guys know, but somebody said the 2 most important days of your life is the day you're born and the day you find out why.
Okay.
And so to kind of piggyback on that, I think that
I think that was Homer Simpson.
he would say
Probably.
something about donuts, yeah. But I love that thought, because I think the purpose of life is to every day experience why you're here.
Yeah.
And that just means, again, we say this, or, we practice yoga, or we meditate, or we pray. And I think, both of us coming from the Christian faith is how we grew up, and that I'm still like journaling through what that means to have a relationship with the divine, God, Jesus. I think for me, it comes back to understanding my identity in God. Mm-hmm. And that when you are able to connect to God, higher power, creator, whatever you call God, I think that is what informs why you're here. And so it's like you put your feet on the ground and you're like, why am I here? Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
And every day is different, and you ride through the waves of it sucking and it being awesome, but at the end of the day, it's like, how grateful are we to be here?
Yeah, what an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even in this time, we were talking earlier about this is a challenging time to be in our country, but it's not the most challenged our country's ever
No.
been.
It's
Like,
just
we'll
the most
get through
challenging
this.
for us because we're living in it.
Because we're
Yeah.
living in it.
Yeah.
But it's like, we don't have husbands or sons going off to war
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Right now, the challenge is figuring out how we believe and think about things and being okay with the fact that some of our dearest and closest friends and family members feel the opposite.
Yeah.
And that has been the struggle of this time, is that, and working through that. I mean, I know that my mom and I, as similar as we are, have completely different political views.
Yeah.
And that's been a huge challenge, but
Yeah.
I'm riding this wave, girl. You
I
asked
love
that
it.
question, I'm like,
I love it. Okay, the last question is, leave your light. So leave some inspiration, how you guys have been inspired and how you would like to inspire people through your journeys thus far.
I think this single most important thing that anyone can do is, you know, just do the thing you feel like you're here to do with integrity and with a singular voice. Because
What do you mean singular voice?
well, I just think whether you're an artist or a photographer or you are an insurance claims adjuster, you know, there's something special about your life, and you should never compromise your voice and what you're trying to say or do for anyone, you know?
Amen.
I just think be yourself
Totally.
and lean into that, because everyone has something special to say
To contribute.
or to be to the world. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
that's so good. I probably would have like 1,000 things to say, but for some reason right now I want to say, learn how to practice forgiveness. And the only reason I say that is because I think that whether or not you think so, all of us have a capacity to hold grudges in a certain way, and that is like weighs you down a lot. And whether it's like a family member, a friend, an ex, you know, whatever, understanding and learning and practicing forgiveness will keep you light on your feet your whole life if you can just practice forgiveness.
Love that. Okay, you guys, so now Native Run is going to sing us a couple of songs.
So good.
Y'all are amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Teal Audio's newest speaker line, the Aurora Livestream speakers, are designed to fit seamlessly into your home with its wide range of connectivity. To check out the latest speaker line, go to tealaudio.com. Okay, so you guys are going to play us some of your new songs.
We are.
Tell us about this first one and then take it away.
All right.
This first song is about a place that we've never actually been to.
Yet.
But we hope that one day it will happen.
Yeah, we asked ourselves, what if we went to Mexico 10 years ago? And then we wrote this. You're not supposed to drink the water down in Tijuana. But I knew I had to as soon as I saw you. Damn you, Mexico. The way you taste just like tequila, and how you call me señorita, makes me wanna miss my flight, stay with you for one more night. Damn you, Mexico. I know I had to let you go. I know I had to let you go. Could be love, but we'll never know. Damn you, Mexico. I got a life in California, thinking about giving it all up for you. Ooh, I feel like I have gone insane, 'cause I barely know your name. Damn you, Mexico. I know I had to let you go. I know I had to let you go. Could be love, but we'll never know. Damn you, Mexico. Damn you, Mexico.
Mexico. Damn these sheets that we're wrapped up in. Damn the sunrise. Damn your brown eyes. Damn tomorrow I'll have nothing. Damn you, Mexico. Damn you, Mexico. I know I have to let you go. I know I have to let you go. Could be love, but we'll never know. Damn you, Mexico. Oh, it could be love, but we'll never know. Damn you, Mexico.
Thank you.
And I'm so bad at instruments. Was that a little bass that you did on your guitar for a
Yeah,
second?
that was like a little Mexican bass line. Boom, skum, kum, skum, kum.
Okay. What's up? What's up? You know. I love it.
Brian's jack of all trades.
Okay, so tell us about this. Here, tell us about this next song before we have to wrap up.
Okay, before we wrap up. So this next song Brian and I wrote, we wrote both of these, but this one we wrote after watching a Dierks Bentley music video. And it's really funny, but there was just a scene in the music video, and Brian and I were talking about it, and we said, man, that's a song. And it's called 2 for 1, but it's the bad 2 for 1. It's the 2 for 1 you don't want to have.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yay! You're like the best cheerleader ever. She's like, let's go, let's go.
It's depressing? Great, let's go.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. But we've got a brand new live video of this that we're releasing tomorrow on the YouTube. 2 for 1.
I keep calling, you don't answer. I drop by, but you ain't there. I said sorry, but it don't mean much when it's too late and you don't care. So my tab will be open from now till they close. Sign says happy hour special. It ain't either of those. It's just double the heartache and twice the booze. I'm having one for me and one for you. Full price for what I've done, alone and drinking 2 for 1. Call it dark, call it desperate, call it being overserved, but I ain't leaving till I'm feeling like I got what I deserve. Oh, I'm in for a long night of cigarettes and beer. It used to be a party, but it's just drunk without you here. And double the heartache, twice the booze. I'm having one for me and one for you. Paying full price for what I've done, alone and drinking 2 for 1. Double the heartache and twice the booze. I'm having one for me and one for you. And I know in the morning all that I'll have is a big hangover and a bigger bar tab. 'Cause I'm still paying full price for what I've done, alone and drinking 2 for 1.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so everyone be looking for this music in September?
Yes.
Native Run.
Thank
Thank
y'all.
you.
Thank you guys for joining me on my podcast.